Well, hi, everybody. I'm Gervia Denza. This is Atlanta News First Plus at 11. We want to give you a live look on this Tuesday morning at our nation's capital. Just a spectacular fall day as we get a look at our capital and, of course, at the White House. It was exactly 1 week ago today that people across the country, including many of you here in Georgia, were going to the polls to elect the next president of the United States, the 47th president, as well as members of the U.S. House and Senate. And what a monumentous election it was. We had millions of people vote here in Georgia, many of them voting early. And today's an important day because today, happening across counties here in Georgia, they're going to be certifying the results of the 2024 election. A little over 5 million people in Georgia voted. It's an election cycle that leaders are calling a huge success. Atlanta News First reporter Sarah Hammond has some upcoming deadlines.
Today is the deadline for Georgia's 159 counties to certify their votes, and the state has until the 23rd to certify the state's results. Now, the Fulton County Board of Registration and Elections will meet to certify their results today, and more than 540,000 people voted in Fulton County, and more than 405,000 people voted in Cobb County. Their Board of Elections will certify votes this afternoon. And this morning, we expect to hear from Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger on what they call a success story for Georgia elections. Election leaders say polling sites across the state performed at a level they'd hoped for, despite some mail ballot issues in Cobb County and hoax bomb threats.
Thank you, Georgia. Thank you to all the Georgians who did their duty to vote in the safest, most secure election in our nation's history. Millions of voters showed up to vote, and you voted in record numbers.
Another key date is December 17th, when all state electors will hand in their votes for the presidential election. And then on January 6th, Congress will meet to certify the election results in totality. From the state capitol, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
Well, I tell you, the Democrats suffered some pretty big losses. And after the Democrats suffered these election losses across the country and here in Georgia, state party leaders here in Georgia are assessing their next steps. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon found out the party is now considering replacing its leader.
Most of them candidates who lost their recent state house races called for the resignation of party chair Nikema Williams. They say Williams, who is also Georgia's 5th district representative in Congress, didn't do enough to help Democrats win this November. The letter reads, quote, "Being in the U.S. House of Representatives is a full-time job, requiring the member of Congress to spend countless hours in their district in Washington. There is simply no time to lead a battleground state party." It came the same week the group Young Georgia Democrats also called for Williams' resignation, saying as a member of Congress she was, quote, "legally limited in her ability to fundraise for the party because she is a congresswoman. While we appreciate and respect her service, these two roles are not compatible." It was continued fallout for Democrats who suffered huge losses in last week's election. During his Sunday sermon at Ebenezer Baptist Church, Democratic Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock touched on the difficult night for his party while urging congregants to remember the 2026 election when the governor's mansion and a Senate seat are on the ballot.
Because we find ourselves asking ourselves, how could we be here again? Makes me want to holler. Throw up both my hands. But we're getting ready. Because this won't be the first time we had to save America.
Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
Well, how about a little break from politics on this Tuesday? Y'all remember Ruben Studdard? Okay, so remember when American Idol was all the rage? Well, believe it or not, that was 21 years ago when he was named the American Idol. He is still out there making music today. And actually, as we head toward the holidays, he stopped by Atlanta News First this morning to talk about a new project that he has going on. We'd love for you to see this interview with him.
21 years since he won American Idol, and now Ruben Studdard is gracing us with new music this year, including a new Christmas EP. Now, I don't know how he made it happen, but we have him here in studio with us today. He's got a little fan club of our employees over to the side. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good to see you. Now, we heard a snippet just then. That was some of your music. It sounds so beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the people have been waiting for this Christmas project.
As have I.
I mean,
This is my very first holiday project, so I'm excited about it, excited about the opportunity to have music out during the holiday season that wasn't recorded 21 years ago, so I'm excited about it.
And what made you decide now's the time for a Christmas EP?
Listen, you know, all of my family loves the holidays, especially my wife. Like, she really, really is a Christmas fan. So I said that there's no better time than now than to release a holiday EP, and I'm so glad that I get a chance to work with the people that I work with, you know, all the time with my band. My MD is the one that produced most of the songs, so I'm just really looking forward to everybody getting a chance to hear what we've done.
Yeah, now I got to hear a couple of snippets of the songs myself.
Okay.
It's one of those you just put on, you listen to it, you got some grooves, you got some classics on there.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I put some songs on there that everybody could enjoy. I did a new song called My Favorite Holiday. I did one of my mom's favorite songs by Luther Vandross called Every Year at Christmas Time. And then I did some sacred songs like Silent Night, Away in the Manger. So it's something for everybody on the EP.
Now, do you still get a lot of support from your American Idol days?
Absolutely. I just went on, last year we did a 20-year reunion tour, Clay Aiken and myself, and we went all over the country just like, you know, thanking the fans for giving us the opportunity to do a job that we, you know, neither one of us expected to be doing for so long. So it's just been an amazing ride and an amazing time.
I still remember watching you win on the couch. My grandparents.
I still remember it too. Absolutely.
Like a lot of people do, right?
Yeah.
So you also just released your 8th studio album.
Yes, the way that I remember it came out about 8 months ago. Yeah, so it's, you know, doing what it does, but right now I'm just like fully focused on this holiday music. I'm, you know, so excited that I get a chance. I'm going on tour with one of my favorite musicians. His name is Jim Brickman. You guys have heard him, you know, everywhere. He's like the king of piano music. So I'm going on a holiday tour with him. I'm doing another holiday tour with a couple of my singing buddies. So I'm just looking forward to this season. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it seems like this is basically your year.
It's my year. It's my year.
So how has the reception been so far for the few who've maybe heard the songs already on your new holiday?
Listen, everybody loves it. And you know, My Favorite Holiday, we wrote that last year, and I just played it for everybody, and I was like, you know what, I probably should, you know, put a full body of work to kind of, you know, go with this music. So I'm glad that everybody's enjoying it. It's a feel-good project. It really is.
And if you had one thing to tell the people about why they should support you and listen to this, what would you say?
Listen, you guys supported me 21 years ago when you made me the American Idol, and you could do the same today by going and streaming my new Christmas EP, My Favorite Holiday. I promise it'll bring the spirit in to your home.
Oh, I believe you. Ruben Studdard, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. If you missed any part of this interview, you can find it online at AtlantaNewsFirst.com. My Favorite Holiday is out right now. Rick?
Like a fan club lined up in the studio to have their photos made with him, and he was so kind and so generous. Anyway, it's really great to see new music coming from Ruben Studdard, even if it's some of the old classics that we love so much for the holidays. Speaking of the holidays, you know what? It has been so warm, beautiful day today, but the weather's changing. We've got some rain on the way and then some colder temperatures too. Weather where you are is coming up at 11:30 with Ella Dorsey, and don't forget the news at noon. We'll have the latest on the Lake and Riley case as it starts to move forward, as Jose Ibarra had a court hearing this morning. We'll get the latest on that. Have a great day, everybody.